Optum Info back with another week video. Check it out. I came across one of my old cases, maybe number 50 or so, during this COVID crisis on a random thumb drive, and I said, let's break this down. We got nothing else going on right now. Let's take a look at some footage. It'll be the Schmo versus the pros, okay? Quick disclaimer, if any of you pros haven't come across my video and don't like the excerpt or thing that the video that I spliced into my video, you let me know. I'll take it down. I'll edit it out immediately. No questions asked, all right? So let's get back to it. Let's get right to the video. So I like to stabilize on the far side with a Q-tip or Wexel. A lot of the pros, Brian Kim here and Pradeep Mahanta here, like to stabilize on the near side. I think either way works. A little bit of lidocaine here. Now, as I'm reaching for the Viscoat, I'm also reaching for the Keratome. Dr. Ramesh Ayala pushed me to do this, so I'm going in, doing that beautiful AC exchange that Cataract Coach teaches, but I'm pushing the plunger down with my right thumb. All the while, I've got the Keratome palmed in my right hand. So I keep the cannula in the eye, flip my right hand over, and I can make my biplanar main wound nicely. This is very efficient. Looks great for video too. Quick note, my cannula is about 90 degrees from my wound here, so the eye can still move along that same axis. So what I like to do is pivot it a little bit, maybe just 10 degrees or so that on these two corners it really gets stuck in the wound and the eye can't move in any one direction without encountering resistance. I love this for stability. I call it the give it and pivot. Give it and pivot. You heard it here first, okay? So give it a shot. See how you like it. Let me know. All right, moving on to the Rexus. Going in with the Cystome first, followed by the Utrata forceps. And that's just fine. Works great for me as starting out. But ultimately, I think I want to go the way of Cataract Coach. Straight in with the Utratas, plunging in with one jaw, pinching together, then going around in a counterclockwise fashion. That's just much more efficient. And it's beautiful too. All right, so I made a generous size Rexus here intentionally because I'm going to do what's called prop and chop. I came up with prop and chop because that's exactly what it is. It's not, I'm not flipping it and then chipping it into small pie sections or pizza sections, and I'm not doing the tilt and tumbling it. I'm not tumbling it it sounds like I'm going to do a vertical carousel. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just going to prop it up and chop it. So I always do the same height intersection, top left and top right, a little bit more top right that brought it out of the bag. Then I turn it so that it's perpendicular to my main wound. And now, before going into the phaco, with the phaco, I do what Dr. Nito Rostelli coined the eye wash, nice eye wash technique that he uses with the irrigation and a Q-tip. And this has made a huge difference for me in terms of cleaning up the ocular surface. I just do it for 10 seconds. I also buzz the phaco tip before going into the eye to make sure things are working properly. One time I had something stuck in the tip, and I don't want that to happen again, so I run it before I go into the eye. Ramesh Ayala has pushed that into my head as well. So here I'm going in with the irrigation off to reduce Descemet's tear like Brian Kim teaches. I love that. Now with the phaco tip, I'm embedding subincisionally. Chopper goes around to the back side of the lens. Chop it into two hemisections. Beautiful. We're going to be done in 2 minutes here. And wait a second. What's going on here? Looks like I broke off a quarter. And now I think the whole lens is back in the bag. So what happened there? Let's look at that again. Didn't work out perfectly. Look at the phaco tip. It doesn't get buried as subincisional as it should be. And then second, look at the chopper. The chopper, instead of going all the way to the posterior apex, all the way around to the back side, I'm sort of chopping it from the equator, almost like I'm chopping in the bag. Okay, so the net force is to push this thing posteriorly, and then before I know it, it's back in the bag. Let's watch a pro Cataract Coach here. He's got the thing lens propped up, reaches all the way around with that chopper at the posterior apex, chops it nicely. This is a denture lens. He does another chop, and then that quarter there is well within the AC, and he wolfs it down no problem. Okay, so back to my case. I flip back over to the Conner wand because I'm back in the bag now, so I'm going back to sort of my routine style. So I've used the Conner wand, and I'm going to do a series of what I call lollipop chops to get this lens disassembled. Lollipop chops, I got lollipop. I first heard that from Dr. Ike Ahmed. Lollipop chop, I sort of tack that on to the end of it. I'm not sure if people use that or not, but it's a great descript term. And I'll show you a little diagram of it in a second. The lollipop, the stick of the lollipop is the phaco handpiece as it sort of is nestled into the nucleus, which is the lollipop candy. So you lollipop it with buzzing in with a little bit of phaco, then letting off phaco and just holding vacuum. You've created the lollipop, and then you just chop. You're able to pull it a little bit towards the center of the lens and then chop it. So here's a little picture here. You can see the lollipop superimposed over the phaco handpiece and the nucleus, and then here comes the chop, just like that. And that works just fine. The thing I don't like about it, though, is you're having to phaco in the bag. Anytime you phaco in the bag, you run the risk of phaco in the bag itself. Maybe it's a soft lens, maybe you're just starting out, maybe the visibility is poor. So I like to stay away from that. Let's watch Brian Kim. He does the double chop, cross chop, obviously, and through that he's got this dexterity with his chopper where he reaches out to the equator and can pull a fragment up at will. It's a beautiful technique, and he does a little example here of the double chop, cross chop. He'll spin this nuclear fragment around, reach out to the equator, chopper in the safe position there, below the epinuclear shelf, chopping with both the phaco tip and the chopper itself. No vacuum, no phaco, boom, chopped it in half. Then he does what he calls the cross chop, where he reaches out sideways with the chopper again below the epinuclear shelf there, and mechanical fracturing, boom, breaks it up. And then with just a touch of vacuum, can pull these pieces up and continue to fracture them without using any phaco energy. So he's definitely not going to phaco the bag. I mean, there's no way he's going to phaco the bag. I just love that. That's ultimately what I want to do. Anyway, here, cleaning up this epinucleus, everything went fine. Whoa, what was that? Did you see that? Right there. Is the capsule ruptured? If it is, I shouldn't have come out of the eye. What do you think? Place your bets. Is that a big old hole in the posterior capsule? We're about to find out. Let's go back in the eye here. Oh no, that's just some cortex. But I think the bag got sucked on by the phaco tip. Good thing I didn't drag it or buzz it. We'd be looking at some vitreous. Anyhow, clean the rest of this cortex up. I think what happened there was not just a huge surge from a high vacuum on a thick nucleus. I think this was an intraoperative aqueous misdirection. Look at these fragments here. I think those are lens fragments in the Berger space. If you're not familiar with this intraoperative aqueous misdirection, you need to watch this video. I'm going to show a few splices. It's from Boris Malyugin, and it won the film festival in 2019, got the grand prize. So Boris Malyugin and colleagues, intraoperative aqueous misdirection. What happens is Weiger's ligament comes off the backside of the capsule here, and then during the course of phaco, the fluidics, you have some relative compromise in the zonules, and you get little bitty fragments back there, as well as just the fluid itself. And so as the bag is decompressed, the Berger space accumulates with fluid, and your posterior capsule comes anteriorly. And so you have a high risk, and this is OCT showing those fragments and sitting on the anterior hyaloid face. So and you can see it, look at it here as he moves it around. That looks just like what I'm seeing in my case. So intraoperative aqueous misdirection. So as the bag gets decompressed, you're cleaning up epinucleus, you're doing aspiration of the cortex, you're much more likely to catch the capsule and possibly create a tear. So be sure to check it out. And I've got all these videos that I'm citing in the description in the link below. So be sure to check them out. I'll go behind the lens like we saw. Hey, where'd the iris go? We got a little posterior block. Let's do what Cataract Coach teaches and see if it works out. Reach to the iris, a little bit behind, aspiration off, of course, lift it up. Sure enough, it's relieved. It worked. How cool is that? So what do we go over here? We got prop and chop, lollipop chop, give it and pivot, double chop, cross chop, intraoperative aqueous misdirection. This is so much stuff packed into one video. You may have to watch it twice. And maybe you see something that you like, you want to incorporate into your own cases. That's what it's all about. We watch and learn. Subscribe to the pros, subscribe to the peers. Hey, one more tip before you leave. When you're doing hydration, I like to skip hydrating the para. It usually self-seals anyway, so I just go ahead and check it. 9 times out of 10, it's dry. I saved myself another few seconds, all right? Only thing left to do here is give it a little moxie, and this patient had a beautiful result. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed it. Just remember, I'm the schmo. These guys are the pros. We out.